What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As you can see, I'm sporting my 1970s mustache here. I figured I'd go ahead and get a little reckless with it since nobody's judging anybody out here on appearances. Trust me on that. So, I did a video a few days ago talking about, lease settlement statements, just basically because it was a question that was asked. And I figured that it would be an informative video to do. Now, I knew that all weeks weren't going to be like that, and this is one of those weeks that's shaping up to be a little bit more challenging. This week I will only have done 3 loads, and 2 of those loads were really short loads, and I'm actually still on the last of those loads, but got me stuck up here in the Northeast, going back and forth with ice cream from New Jersey to Maryland, then Maryland back to New Jersey. But they're short loads and they're high as far as the pay per mile on it, so I'm fine with that. I looked at or I kind of estimated what I think my pay should be, and I should be all right. I really haven't spent too much on fuel this week, and it's all going to come down to kind of what these tolls are looking like. So I think I'll be all right with how it turns out. But why I've kind of been sitting is on one of these loads that they gave me from New Jersey down to Maryland. They gave me 2 days to go 200 miles, so couldn't deliver it early, so I ended up sitting on that load. And then the load that I just picked up, basically it was a drop-in hook from the same place that I dropped off the last load at. It's coming back up to New Jersey. Now my hours were a little funky on it, and I was supposed to be delivering it today at 7 o'clock this morning, but I decided to do an 8 hours in the sleeper at the shipper so I could kind of save my hours for the morning. So I did that. When I went to hook up to the trailer this morning, the tandem pin and all that stuff was just wasn't operational, so I couldn't slide my tandems, and the wheels were all the way to the back. So I called Roadside Assistance and used the macro for them, and these guys must have been thinking I was MacGyver or some shit, because they're asking me to do all kinds of stuff that's outside of my scope. So they were sending me pictures and all this kind of stuff and giving me suggestions, and I was just like, this shit ain't gonna work. So somebody needs to come and fix this or something. So they ended up sending somebody, and the beauty of it was he had a hard time doing it. As a matter of fact, this trailer still isn't fixed. He was able to fix it just enough for me to slide my tandems and get my get in the 7th hole, so I could distribute my weight in a manner that I wouldn't get pulled over for being overweight. That being said, if I get pulled in, which I don't, well, I'm not going to get pulled in now because I'm 12 miles away from my drop-off, but had I got pulled into a weigh station, chances are, if they did a brake test on something like this, this would possibly not pass. It's not losing air when the engine's on, but as soon as you turn the engine off, it's losing air. So I'm needing to take this trailer to the Pittston terminal when I'm done delivering this load. So if you happen to be up in the Pittston terminal, holler at your boy. I'm at this truck stop. I mean, it's kind of a raggedy truck stop, but it's in Kearney, New Jersey. So if you happen to be up this way, lots of parking. This place, I looked at it, it has 350 spots. So if you're up in this area and need to find some place to park, I think this place might have you covered. Plus, there's a Sunco across the street that has some parking, and then kind of a smaller Pilot on this other side of the highway that has some parking as well. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be at the Pittston terminal. I'm going to drop off this trailer. If they do happen to have somebody there that can deal with this windshield leaking, is driving me fucking crazy. I don't know if it's coming from the windows or if it's coming from where the visor on the front of the truck kind of attaches to the cab up there. Something's leaking, and it's driving me crazy. So at some point I'm gonna need to get that handled. So I might be up there maybe a little bit more than a day, but I'm really not complaining about this break. You know, I did spend a bit of time yesterday, but I was at a service plaza, so I couldn't really shower, and you know, I was getting pretty funky. I was like more funky than 70s music. So I was able to knock that out today. You know, I might think about knocking out some clothes, but other than that, it's been pretty uneventful. So it's not all peaches and cream on this lease, but like I said, I do think these figures are going to kind of work out. Maybe not as good as last week, but certainly enough for what I'm looking at doing. So I think I'll be pretty okay with how it all comes out. Anyway, I do want to thank you guys for stopping by. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Listen, if you see me at the Pittston terminal, like I said earlier, holler at your boy. I'm out.